welcome to my video. So for today's video, I am finally answering your guys' Q&A questions that you submitted to me about a month ago now when I hit 10k subscribers. I'm so sorry it's taken me this long to get through to them, but if you've kept an eye on my community tab, you would know that I had COVID and then other issues come up, etc, etc. And then recently I just got really stuck into making my Let's Plays. So I kind of neglected this a little bit, but I'm very excited for today's video and I'm very excited to be answering your questions. But before we get into the Q&A part, I quickly just want to address the CAS video you're seeing. So if you guys read the thumbnail, it's me in Ghibli. Essentially, I wanted to create a sim based on who I would be in the world of Studio Ghibli. Studio Ghibli has been a massive part of my life ever since I was little. I've watched the films obsessively since I was a child up until this point, and I find a lot of comfort in these movies. Honestly, my top 3 favorite movies of all time would be Studio Ghibli movies, so I really wanted to incorporate something to do with Studio Ghibli into one of my videos at some point, and this video felt like the perfect opportunity to do that, considering this video is all about me, I guess. So essentially, I'm just creating a sim in a kind of a Studio Ghibli style, but also in my sim style, bit of like a cross mix. And I'm basically making her who I would be if I had my own film, if I was the star of the show, and the kind of aesthetic that I would want for myself. So it's going to be quite cozy, quite cottagecore, quite cute, and I hope you like how she turns out. I also quickly just wanted to say that the CAS video does start like halfway through because I made the sim like 4 times already on camera, but I just wasn't happy with how the base sim turned out every single time, and then I just decided to scrap it and just make a sim just for fun. And then I actually ended up making this base sim, which was perfect, and she's exactly what I wanted, but unfortunately I didn't film it, so I'm just starting from like the makeup and clothing section, but I hope you still enjoy. Anyway, on to the questions. How did you start your YouTube channel? What gave you the idea? Did you ever want to quit? Okay, so surprisingly, this is actually a bit of a difficult question to start on. How did I start my YouTube channel? So essentially, I wanted to start making a YouTube channel long before I actually created one. I started my YouTube channel in February of 2022, so just over a year ago now, and I actually thought about doing it since about 2019. I got the idea to create a YouTube channel through other creators. In 2019, I was really introduced to The Sims 4 online YouTube space, and I thought, oh my gosh, I want to do this too, and it just took me a very long time to eventually set up and get started. I didn't actually think if I did do it that I would get anywhere with it. It was a lot of putting myself down before I decided to just put my all into it and give it a go. And did I ever want to quit? Since starting, there has not been a point where I've wanted to quit. Creating videos for YouTube is something that I'm actually really like passionate about, and it's something that I really enjoy. It's never a chore to me or extra work. The only extra work parts, I guess, would be if I was creating a video that someone requested from me but I actually didn't really want to make it. Maybe that's a bit of a chore, but everything I try and put on my channel is content that I enjoy creating. So I haven't wanted to quit up until this point, but if I ever decided that I was getting burnt out and wanted to take a step back, that's something I would probably tell people before I just did it. I don't think there would be a circumstance where I just went cold turkey on my channel, unless something major happened in my life. So yeah. Were there any Sims 4 legacy challenges you were interested in making a series out of before settling on yours? When I started my channel, I knew that I wanted to do a challenge. I thought that doing an LP with no challenge aspect would be quite difficult because I was quite nervous at first, and I felt like a challenge is a really good spot for new YouTubers to start on because they can kind of follow a grid of what they need to do in their videos. So I knew I wanted to play a challenge. Honestly, I do recall looking just on YouTube and like searching Sims 4 challenges and seeing what popped up. I knew I wanted to do something that wasn't super popular, and at the time I do recall Whimsy Stories was starting to like blow up a little bit and a lot of people were playing it. I don't think that was ever on my list of wanting to do. I'm pretty sure when I found Sims in Bloom, it was one of the first legacy challenges that I actually had searched up, and I knew I wanted to do it because it was a really cute aesthetic and idea, and Generation 1 of the challenge is gardening and it's very easy, and I thought it was a good challenge to start off on YouTube since it was a career and like skills that I was very familiar in from my own personal gameplay. So there wasn't really any other challenges that I was interested in making. I guess the only other one that I did consider was Not So Berry. But again, when I started my YouTube, I didn't want anyone to watch my content. Like, I know this sounds so crazy, but I was so scared that people would watch my content and then they would be mean to me. So I wanted to pick a challenge that was not popular, so then I could grow slowly instead of jumping into something like Not So Berry where everyone was searching for it, because I didn't want my videos to blow up at the beginning because I was so worried about getting a lot of hate. So yeah, that's basically that. Which challenge has been your favorite or most rewarding to play and accomplish so far? My favorite challenge so far that I'm playing on my channel is the Star Sign Legacy challenge. I also really enjoy Sims in Bloom just because it is the challenge I started with and I'm really attached to those Sims, but my favorite challenge to play is Star Sign Legacy. I've said before on my channel, but I think with this challenge, it's so well written and it also has a lot of room for you to be able to do what you want. A lot of the requirements of this challenge are more gameplay compatible and not just like skill based. Since playing 3 different challenges, I do not enjoy having to build a certain like skill because it takes a lot of time out of your Sims day, and I much prefer challenges that have requirements for things that are interactive. For example, the Star Sign Legacy for Generation 1, you have to woohoo in 5 different public locations, and things like that is easier to write into a storyline and is entertaining rather than just sitting on a computer building like a tech skill like other challenges do. So that's definitely my favorite challenge to play. But as for most rewarding to play, I do really enjoy all of the challenges that I play. If I didn't like them, I wouldn't continue them, and I do put storylines into all my challenges even if there's not really a lot of room for one to go there, just to make it funner for me to play and also funner for the audience to watch. So yeah. How do you not get burnt out with content creation, and what is your dream collab? So I definitely get burnt out with content creation, probably not as frequently as some other people would. I think a big thing for me is that, like I said earlier, I'm quite passionate about making my videos. I become very attached to my Sims and their lives, and I think a lot about like what I want to do next, and just kind of, I'm always thinking about different ideas for different generations and how I want the story to go. So for me, it's really exciting. It's kind of like creating a movie in a sense, but still letting the game take control of that. And if things change throughout the generations because someone's gotten pregnant or someone's died, then I incorporate that into the story. But I think it's just really fun to kind of come up with like a generalized plot line. And that helps with burnout because I don't feel like I'm playing the same game like every single day. I feel like I'm doing different things throughout because I've created my own story with these characters. So it's hard for me to get burnt out doing something that I have fun doing. As for my dream collab, I don't know, honestly. Like, I think my dream collab is just more with friends than bigger simmers. I know most people would probably list off a bunch of like big simmers that they watch, and I mean, honestly, definitely I would love to collab with some bigger simmers, but I really just enjoy doing collabs with people that are playing the same challenges as me or have a similar game style play to me, because we can do a collab that incorporates aspects of our channel already. I think sometimes doing collab with someone that you don't know very well can be a little bit awkward because you have to kind of come up with a video idea, and sometimes it just doesn't fit very well with your current channel, which can be really difficult. So I mean, if I'm gonna answer the question, my dream collab would probably be with like YouTubers I watched like years ago, so like Claire Siobhan. But honestly, if I was given the opportunity to collab with them now, I probably wouldn't take it up just because I'm still building my channel to a place where I'm satisfied, and I wouldn't want to waste an opportunity on a collab with people that I have watched for a long time with my current channel, because I'm still working on it and I'm still not like 100% happy with the content I put out. So yeah, I'd probably put like a hold on that, but I hope that answers the question. How long does it take to film and edit each video? It takes me about an hour to film each video, between 45 minutes and an hour, and editing is around the same. Usually I do like to record for about an hour, so once I cut it down, it's about 30 minutes long, and for editing the video, it's basically just me trying to like watch through it, clip like, you know, the dead spaces out, etc., and then popping some music and some transitions on it, whatever. The videos that take longer are the ones that include like the machinimas or like the opening sequences, because you have to go through and set up all your Sims and change angles and whatever, and those take a lot longer, but I usually do those over a couple days, so I'm not sitting there and just like hyper fixating on it the whole day, because I just won't eat anything and I won't sleep and I'll be stressed. So those ones I usually try and do over a couple days, but for generally most of my gameplay videos, it's probably 2 hours in total for the whole entire editing, filming. And while my video is exporting, I like to take my thumbnail and edit my thumbnail so that I'm not wasting time later on, like I'm doing it all at the same time. Have you played any of the previous Sims games, including Castaway, etc.? I have played The Sims 4, The Sims 3, The Sims 2, and none of the extra Sims pack. I've never played The Sims 1 because I just didn't get into The Sims until I was a little bit older, and I haven't played Castaway or anything like that. The first Sim game that I played was The Sims 2, but I played it on a friend's computer and I only played it quite briefly. I think I would have played it for less than 10 hours. So when people ask me if I played The Sims 2, generally I say no, because I just don't have any memory of that. The first Sims game that I had that I owned and played was The Sims 3, and then after that, The Sims 4. Who is your favorite Sim? My favorite Sim is Clover Bloom currently. She is the love of my life. No, so Clover is a Generation 2 from my Sims in Bloom series, and she is the first Sim that we had raised from a baby to, I guess, an elder on my YouTube channel, because my Sims in Bloom series was my first series. When I started with Daisy Bloom, who was a young adult, so I felt like I just didn't really have a proper connection with her because I didn't know anything about Daisy until halfway through her adult life, and then at that point she was getting ready to move on and die, etc. Clover was like the first Sim that we raised from a child all the way up, and I think I just have like a bit of a strong connection with her just for that sake. Her generation for me was also really similar to my personal life. So she like is a cat lover, she had lots of cats, and she was also into video games, and I just felt like I could relate to that because I'm a cat mom and I'm into video games, obviously. So when it came to Clover, I really just saw her as myself. I assigned her the star sign of a Taurus, which is the same as mine, and I moved her to Mount Komorebi, which is my favorite world. I gave her a very, very similar style to what I dress like in real life as well. So I felt like Clover was essentially a copy of who I am in real life, but in The Sims. So that's why she's my favorite, because I just felt like I had this connection with her. Which one of your Sim style is closest to yours in real life? So essentially, I feel like I just answered that, but I dress quite like, I don't know, I guess like how Clover dressed, like quite like cutesy. I wear like a lot of like Mary Janes and frilly socks. Probably closest to the Sim you're seeing being made right now is closest to my in real life style. Not the cottagecore version, but probably more of like the cardigan cozy version. I don't know, a like casual Lolita kind of style, I would say. But these days I do just wear a lot of pajamas because I work from home and it is winter in Australia, so I'm freezing. Which YouTuber inspired you to become a content creator, and who inspires you still? So the YouTuber that inspired me to start making videos is Claire Siobhan, because I watched her Non So Berry challenge from start to finish, from when she released it until she finished it, so that whole year, and it made me just think like, oh my gosh, I want to do this too. I really like her gameplay style. She's probably one of the simmers that I had watched before starting YouTube that inspired my gameplay the most. So if you watch her videos and then watch my videos, I mean, obviously hers are 100 times better, but I would say that I have the most similar style to her gameplay just because she is what influenced me to start making sim videos. I think a lot of people are the same because she is quite a big YouTuber who makes like let's plays and stuff, but yeah, she was the YouTuber that inspired me. She still inspires me, but unfortunately she's on like a hiatus at the moment with her child, which is absolutely amazing. So I would say the simmers that inspire me now are a lot of small simmers that are my friends. So Genova Sim, Simbex Blue. I started watching this channel Nixel a couple months ago, and I feel like we have a really similar gameplay style, so they definitely inspire me too. I try not to watch too many of their videos though, because I feel like their content is quite similar to mine, like gameplay wise. I don't know, maybe we just like have the same like aesthetic and stuff, so I don't like to watch people that are too similar to my style because I just am worried that I'm gonna see something and accidentally pick it up and put it in my own videos, and I really want my videos to be what's in my brain. But I really enjoy their content. I also really like Ocean Sim, Sims, JC, Ashley Sims, all the big medium YouTubers. Of course, they're all brilliant and have amazing gameplays. How old were you when you started playing The Sims? I think I was probably 10 or 11 when I started playing The Sims. Do you have any advice for those who are new to The Sims 4 and suggestions to make the base game more fun? I think when it comes to just having the base game, you really have to put a lot of imagination into your Sim stories. That's the only kind of advice that I have, unfortunately. I rely a lot on mods and new packs coming out to make my gameplay more enjoyable, because The Sims 4 is definitely the least fun to play out of the Sims game. There's just not a lot going on, especially with just the base game. So if you are playing the base game, I would definitely recommend like recreating a movie you've seen and wanting to or maybe playing a challenge that's base game friendly. Do you have like requirements for your Sims? That's the only kind of advice I have for making the base game more fun, unfortunately. I do wish the base game had more added to it so it was a bit more enjoyable, but it has come a long way since 2014, so you know, we'll give them that. What are your must-have mods? The mods that I cannot live without are MC Command Center, UI cheats, standstill and CAS, because if my Sim is moving around, I can't. I really enjoy G-Shade, and also CAS backgrounds are a must for me. I would say my must-have mods, more than gameplay mods, custom content for my Sims is something I can't live without. If someone said to me, you either have to get rid of your gameplay mods or your custom content, I would 100% get rid of my gameplay mods, because I know I can still have fun in my game if my Sims look cute. I'll definitely make a mod video at some point showcasing my gameplay mods. I don't really have a lot in my game because I don't like my game to lag too much, but I'll definitely do a showcase video for the ones that I like to use for Let's Plays, so keep an eye out for that. How does one find their Sim style? Is it about face/body shapes, colors, vibes, aesthetics, or a combination of all of the above? Does using CC help you create a personalized style? Honestly, I think it's just about creating Sims that you think look nice. I think it's definitely a combination of the above, but definitely try and incorporate some diversity into your game. Try out different aesthetics, different colors, like your favorite color is blue, maybe dress him different colors. Finding your Sim style is a complicated question. It definitely comes with a lot of trial and error. You're just gonna have to keep making Sims until you end up making Sims that you really like. And then generally for me, I just find myself being drawn towards certain like face shapes and eye presets, etc. I do like to mix it up, but I think my Sims tend to look like my Sims because just as the way like I create them, all of my Sims generally have this very similar face shape, and I like to use soft eyebrows on my Sims. All my Sims use the same eye like contact preset, so they're all the same. I use like Max's Max hair. I don't like mix with alpha or anything, and I think like being consistent with those kind of things is what helps you with your Sim style. And I think when someone has a Sim style and they create a lot of Sims, like you will look at that person's Sim without even seeing like who posted it, and you'll know whose Sim that is. And CC definitely does help create a personalized style, because you can give your Sims like a bunch of different presets and skin overlays, and like style clothes, like if you use alpha or like Max's Match clothes, like those things definitely help when it comes to creating a Sim style. What is your favorite hobby besides gaming? Anything particular to Australia? My favorite hobby besides gaming? Oof, this is a tough one because I work full time. So once I finish work, I'm so tired, and generally I will go straight to my computer and game. I do go to the gym and exercise, but I wouldn't say that's a hobby. I would say that's just a requirement of life at this stage, because I do work from home and I sit all day. What do I like to do? I guess I like spending money. I like shopping. I'm quite into arts, so I've done like several like pottery courses. I really enjoy pottery. I'm not the best at painting or drawing. I used to be when I was younger, but I just have lost that skill as I've gotten older. I like knitting, I like sewing, I like painting my nails. These hobbies, I'm not sure. Nothing really particular to Australia, to be honest. But besides playing The Sims, I also just want to say that my other favorite game is Fortnite, so. What is your favorite Sims game from the franchise? Honestly, I'm gonna have to say The Sims 4, only because I've played The Sims 4 a lot more than I've played The Sims 3. Actually, when I think about it, I may have played The Sims 3 more, but I haven't played The Sims 3 in so long. Like ever since I picked up The Sims 4, I've barely gone back to The Sims 3. I know The Sims 4 is really lackluster at times, but with my mods and CC, it makes it very fun. And I've also built myself a community on YouTube with my Sims 4 content, so I'm definitely gonna have to say Sims 4. Like, I can't cheat on The Sims 4. What is your favorite part about being a content creator? My favorite part about being a content creator 100% is the community and the friends I've built. I feel like people think because I create YouTube, they know me on a personal level and it makes it really easy for them to approach me, which I really, really love because I struggle to make friends. I feel like sometimes I'm so awkward. So if you've DM'd me and I'm really awkward, I'm so sorry. But I really love being a content creator for the community. I love being a part of this community. I know some people will say like, oh, the YouTube community is toxic or the EA is toxic, blah, blah, blah. Each to their own. I mean, you can still be a content creator for a game you love without having to incorporate like the bad parts of it. And I feel like with my channel, I like it to be a safe space for a lot of people that are having struggles growing up or they're unsure about their identities, their sexuality. I like to create content that you don't always see, and to me that's really special because I'm in the same boat as you guys. Like, I grew up and I was very uncertain about certain parts of my life, and it took me a long time to be able to accept who I am as a person and to be able to actually know who I am as a person. So for me, being able to create content that replicates that and a lot of you guys can relate to is just something I really, really enjoy. So I guess TLDR, the friends I've made along the way, the viewers who leave lovely comments, and just being able to play my favorite game in the entire world and to get love from it is my favorite part about being a content creator. Thank you so much for all of your questions. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want me to clarify anything, please leave a comment below and I'll see you guys later. Bye!